Hello, everybody, and welcome to our call this evening. My name is Harlequin Murray, and I am an agent, just like you are, with David Allen Capital. And it is my distinct honor and pleasure tonight to introduce Ellen Winn, who is our speaker this evening. She is a great friend of mine and super excited to be a part of her team. But she grew up on a farm here in Dallas, Georgia, and had a very long career in the restaurant industry. She left corporate America in 1997 to start her own restaurant chain and never looked back. In 2001, she was introduced to network marketing industry, and she helped train thousands and thousands of people all over the country. She was the national director of training whenever I met her. But anyway, she currently owns 3 businesses, including her David Allen Capital business. And she is the leader of our team, which is one of the fastest growing and highest producing teams in David Allen Capital. But without further ado, let me introduce you to my great friend, Ellen Nguyen, who is also the first in the company to reach the level of Dac AD, or Area Director. So
awesome.
Take on over.
All right. Thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that introduction. Let's see. We got turn the waiting room back over to you now. We have one in there right now.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Awesome. Good deal. Thank you. I appreciate that introduction. And I couldn't do what I do without you and your help. You've been an integral part of us doing these team Zooms every single week for over a year now. And I think that is a big contributing factor to the growth that we have had, just because we've been able to provide a place for people to stick and stay and know that they've got some leadership here that they can turn to, no matter where they are in their business with DAC. So if this is the first time you've joined us on a Team Zoom, welcome. If you're watching us on the replay, you're probably going to wish you were here live and had an opportunity to ask some questions, because I've got some great stuff for you tonight. You're going to definitely want pen and paper to take some notes. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to get us into screen share mode, and we'll get started with what I want to cover tonight. Good to go there, Harlequin? Thumbs up. Can you see the screen? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. I like to always start off with team recognition, and this week is no different. Team recognition is something that was actually started by DAC corporately. Last year, for an entire year, they were announcing the company top recruiters, the company top customer gatherers. And then as we moved into getting started with Bank Breezy, which that product line just launched in May, actually on May 4th. When we got moving into that launch, then the recognition and everything kind of went to the wayside, simply because our team was so focused on what they were doing with the launch, with Q&A coming from the field. So they shifted, but I never shifted as a team leader. So I like to start out with team recognition, going through who some of the top performers are in my organization. So I like to start out with the top recruiters. This is for the week of 8/5 through 8/11. And that is Thursday through Wednesday, which is the same timeline that the corporation was doing. So I just stayed with that. So also, as I go through this, if the name is highlighted in green, that means that these agents not only are on the leaderboard, but they also got their first recruit somewhere during the week of 8/5 through 8/11. And as you can see, many have gotten multiple recruits. So let's go through this recognition. In first place, we have Chris Bartalis with 18 new agent recruits. Congratulations, Chris. Great job. Chris hit the leaderboard with 34 new recruits week before last. So great numbers that you're posting there, Chris. I came in second place with 8 new recruits for the week. Eric Johnson was in third place with 7 new recruits for the week. Congratulations, Eric. That's going at one a day. I love it. In fourth place, we had Kellen Burgos with 6 new agents. Congratulations, Kellen. We had Grace in 5th place with Mercy Funds with 5 new recruits. Also tied in 5th was Wesley Snyder with 5 new recruits. Congratulations, Grace and Wesley. And congratulations, Wesley, for getting out of the gate fast. Not only did you have your first recruit for the week, but you had 5 new recruits there. Eugene Clapp, Michael Dew, and Don Gillette came in a 3-way tie for, for Thomas with RT Fundings. There were 4 of them with a 4-way tie for 6th place. Each had 4 new agents apiece. Eugene Clapp, Mike Dew is our agent of the month. Eugene is a team leader here in our group. You guys will hear from him in a few minutes. Don is fairly new in our business, and he's getting after it with new recruits and also bringing clients on board. So congratulations, Don, for being on the leaderboard. Thomas is a mainstay in our recruiting board here. Congratulations, Thomas. We have another couple of new recruits here in 7th place. We have Lamont Davenport, Michael O'Brien, and Danny Thomas, each tied with 3 new recruits, tied for 7th place. Lamont and Danny, congratulations for not only getting 3 new recruits, but also having your first new recruit ever for DAC. Congratulations. Then we have a multiple way tie for 8th place here, all with 2 new agencies. It's Jack Combs, John Crane, Orlando Darden Jr., Kate Droszczak, Keith Calley Sr., Mara Maldonado, Harlequin Murray, Carlos Navarro, and Christopher White. And out of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, no, 3 of them had their first new recruit, John Crane, Kate, and Carlos. So congratulations, guys, for getting out of the gate and making it a fast start. Also, with recruits, at least 1 new recruit for the week. We had Gerald Agnew, Jacques Ulrich, Scott Craycraft, Constance Daniels, Marley and John Ernestberg. Sorry about that, Marley. Sherrill Evans, are known as JC, Beretta Johnson, Suzanne Keeter, Tom Leeds, Concetta Manker, Ava Mapp, Lorna Moore, Edem Osei, Shane Rutledge, Jerry Smith, Juan Stubbs, John Suarez, Randy Turner, and Tyra Wingo. Each had 1 new recruit. And highlighted here in green, we have Jacques, Scott, Marley and John, Suzanne, and Edem, with all having their first new recruit ever to be recognized on the team leaderboard. So congratulations to all you guys. We've got a lot of client fundings coming in. I'm going to cover one in just a minute with a new record set. But just say this, if your name is not on the leaderboard this week, but you're having conversations with people, you're talking to them about the opportunity, you're talking to potential prospects about our business funding, our customer finance, or any of our other services in our portfolio of products, then kudos to you. And it's just a matter of time before your name will also be on the leaderboard. So let's move on into the next slide here. Our own Mike Dew, who was just on the leaderboard there with recruiting. Mike is our agent of the month for August for the entire company. And Mike did a phenomenal agent interview. He was interviewed by our company founder, David Rutz, on Friday, on August the 13th. If you did not see that, you want to go over to the Agent Resource Center and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Where you're going to find that is just scroll down to the bottom of the page on the Agent Resource Center. And if you don't know how to get there, simply go to davidallencapital.com, scroll down to the very bottom of the page, and you'll find a link under resources to the Agent Resource Center. Click on that and then scroll down to the bottom of the Resource Center. You'll see the calendar of events, and just under calendar of events, you'll see this link for the YouTube channel. If you'll click on that and then hit subscribe button when you get to the YouTube channel, and also hit the little notifications bell, you'll always have access to the replays. And that replay of Mike Dew's Agent of the Month interview is going to be the first one that pops up there in there, or actually the second one, because today's leadership is in there now. But subscribe to that and you'll never miss a training from our corporation. Okay. Next, here's the announcement on client fundings. We had an announcement on August the 10th. JC Sherrill Evans hit a company record. She had 4 fundings in one day, and David Rutz posted this on the Facebook page, recognizing her in the agents group. And then this happened.
Oh my goodness, here we are again. JC, what's going on, baby? What's going on, Renegade? Hey, you know what? I know you see me with the crazy glasses on. An all-time record. An all-time record deserves some craziness and some recognition. So wait, here, I want to show you this. Oh, hold on, Renegade. Let me show you this. Hold on. JC, all-time DAC record. 4 fundings in one day. That's a heck of a job, JC. 4 fundings in one day. Hey, look, all of DAC is proud of you, and you know the legendary Renegades, we salute you. Hey, man, you've shown that it can be done for everybody, but especially for our team, JC. JC, we all say salute. Keep doing what you do, and you know, what does I always say? Yours in life, yours in business, yours in success. Everybody, let's keep on striving to be number one. Good job, JC. We love you.
Amen to that one, buddy. Amen to that one. Let me see if I can get back over to the screen share here. Minimize that, close that button, and get back over. All right. And let's see if it'll go to the next slide. Yeah. All right. Awesome. I love that. Harlequin, are we back on the slide share now? Thumbs up. Awesome. Yeah. So great job for that team recognition there, Eugene. Great job to JC. Eugene and his legendary Renegades team is a part of my organization. And as proud as he is, I am certainly proud of you as well. And as Eugene said, you're showing everybody what can be done. So keep leading the charge there, JC. Congratulations to you. All right, so I want to go through real quick, and Harlequin brought this to me. We're part of a mentorship group, and she suggested that I talk about this briefly tonight, and that is, are you having a challenge finding time for your DAC business? Well, if you are, think about breaking it down into 15-minute increments and really look at what you can get accomplished in 15 minutes. How many businesses can you reach out to via email, or how many text messages can you send out, or how many follow-ups can you do in a 15-minute window? And just space those 15-minute segments of your day out throughout the day. If you break your day up and do 40 15-minute segments throughout the week, that would be like 8 a day, right? That would be 10 hours that you put in towards your business. That could be, if you're working a job, it could be before your job starts, or during a lunch break, or during a 15-minute break. If you don't smoke, instead of smoking, take that 15 minutes and do something productive for your business. Or even if you do smoke, take your phone and send text messages while you're on your smoke break or your coffee break, right? But I think that'll help you be able to focus more time. And what I'm going to share with you tonight, you're going to be going, oh my gosh, I've got to find these 15-minute increments, because guys, I am really going to share some eye-opening information with you. So again, if you don't have pen and paper, go ahead and grab that now, because you're going to want to take some notes. All right, so one other announcement here is the Engaged promotion is extended for August. This came out in your agent newsletter from corporate today, but I want to explain one piece of it that wasn't included in the explanation, and that's what I have highlighted here in blue. So let's go through what that means. So to be eligible to earn on your team, earn on funding bonuses, you have to be what we call engaged. That means that you're either brand new in the business and you're within your first 60 days, you're automatically considered engaged, or you have had a personal funded client. When you have a personal funded client, that's also going to amp you up for the first 30 days. And then after 30 days expires, it rolls into that 60-day window where you go from being amped up for double bonuses to being engaged. Whether you're amped or engaged, bottom line is within a 60-day window of your last funding, you're eligible to earn team overrides. And the other way to get engaged is to have 6 personal customer finance clients. And I'm going to show you some information. We're going to talk about customer financing tonight in detail. I'm going to show you why you really want to be getting customer finance clients in addition to your funding clients that you're working towards all the way. Okay. So here's how the promotion works. All agents are qualified as engaged. So if you're new, if you're within your 60 days, this promotion really doesn't impact you. But we have a lot of agents in DAC that have been here way more than 60 days that haven't had a funded client in the last 60 days. So they're technically not engaged, meaning they're not eligible. If someone on their team gets a funded client, they're not eligible to earn those overrides because they are not engaged in that 60-day window. So this promotion would be specific to them if they're outside of being in the company 60 days. So what it says is anybody that you recruited in July and August, if they get a funded, DAC is going to consider you engaged and pay you as if you are technically engaged. Okay. So what happens if you recruit somebody now? Today's August the 16th, and they don't have to get the funding till by the end of August, as it kind of reads in there. So I clarified this with David Rutz by text before we started, and he said, no, if you have a new recruit that starts during the month of August, you'll get paid as engaged on any fundings they get during their first 30 days. So that means that you could actually recruit all the way up to the last day of August. As long as their sign-up date is during the month of August, you'll still get your enroller bonuses, and you'll still get that fast start bonus and be eligible for team overrides that you would be eligible to earn as engaged up and or those team overrides are only going to apply on your new agent, sorry, up until their 30-day mark. Okay, so recruit. Your name needs to be on the leaderboard next week, and it needs to be up there with some big double-digit numbers beside it so that you can get a jump start on this promotion and take advantage of it. I think this is the last month that he's going to offer this to existing agents. So go take advantage of it while it is here. All right. So talking about engaged and amped up, getting amped up means you earn double bonuses. And if you're amped up, you're automatically engaged. So the goal would be to get amped up, stay amped up, and get to DAC 4. And what is DAC 4? Well, that's you moving through the compensation plan, right? After you have one funded client, that makes you a DAC 1. After you have 2 funded clients, that bumps you up to DAC 2. After you have 4 funded clients and those total funded clients funded value is at least $40,000, then that bumps you up to DAC 4. DAC 4 is the highest level in the compensation plan on the DAC bonus side that you can earn without having to build a team. So you can get to DAC 4 all on your own personal production. To move on up to DAC AD, RD, ND, and RVP, it takes team structure and team production to get to those levels. Okay, so get amped, stay amped, and get to DAC 4 right here so you can maximize how much you're making. So what are those double bonuses on amped up? Well, you're going to make double personal commissions. Instead of 3%, you'll make 6% on your personal fundings, and you're also going to get double matching bonuses on your personally enrolled. So instead of 25%, which is the standard, you're going to make a 50% match. And what is that bonus on? Well, it's on the check of your personally enrolled agent. So if your personally enrolled agent earns $1,000 commission just because you enrolled them, you're automatically, and you're engaged, right? You got to be engaged to earn those. If you enrolled them, they made $1,000, you're going to make a $250 match on their $1,000 check. That's what enroller matching bonus is. But if you're amped up, you're going to double it. So instead of making $250, you get a 50% match, and you'd make $500. So I enrolled Mike. Mike makes $1,000 because I'm his enroller and I'm amped up and he's amped up on that. I'm going to make $500 on the $1,000 that he makes, right? That's how getting amped up works. And that's why you want to get amped up, stay amped up, and move towards getting to DAC 4. Because when you get to DAC 4, you earn more than 6%. You actually earn 7.8% on your own funded deals. Plus, you're going to earn double matching and fast start bonuses on your new agent's first deal in their first 30 days. Okay. All right. So let's get into the leadership plan here, and then I'm going to talk about customer finance and another product that we haven't talked about in forever, but right now is prime time for you to put your thinking caps on who do you know? Okay. All right. So let's look at the Engage. So the Engage promotion is huge. Getting a client within 60 days, or you're renewing your 60 days, or getting engaged with 6 customer finance clients, right? I just feel like I can't say this enough because people don't understand that lingo. So write it down, have it in front of you, and really study that. So again, if you're amped and you got a client in 30 days, that automatically makes you engaged, right? So when you're engaged, you're eligible for these bonuses. If you're not considered engaged or qualified as engaged, you do not earn the extra bonuses on your own commission. You do not earn your matching bonuses on your personally enrolled agents, and you do not earn any overrides on your team on funding bonuses. Okay, so be crystal clear that you've got to get engaged if you want to earn all of this extra money that is on the compensation plan. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about right now, and then we're going to do some customer finance. This is a product we haven't talked about in a long time, but it's near and dear to my heart because I have this healthcare plan and I absolutely love it, and our customers love it too. So if you haven't gone over to dachealthcare.com and seen your website, you need to check it out. DAC has an alternative healthcare plan that is intended for businesses with 2 or more employees. All right. And it gives those employees a lower monthly cost, no high premiums. There's no deductible. So there's first dollar coverage. Statistically speaking, the average American spends less than $8,000 a year on healthcare. Okay. They spend less than $8,000 a year on healthcare. And most healthcare plans have a sizable deductible. So not only are they paying high premiums for their insurance, but they're also having to pay out of pocket to meet their deductible before their insurance pays anything other than preventative care. So our plan, hands down, is much better value for the end consumer. It's the largest PPO network in the nation. There are over 4,000 hospitals, urgent care, and board certified doctors that participate in this PPO network. And it is ACA, Affordable Care Act, or known as Obamacare. And it is also ERISA compliant, which is the federal retirement plan compliant, controlled by the federal government. Okay. So it is compliant for all businesses that are providing health care to their employees. And at the end of the year, if there is every bit of the premiums puts into a claim fund, if there's money left over at the end of the year that was not spent, that gets refunded to the employer, and that is not heard of. But for you, okay, this pays you a residual on a monthly basis, and that residual pays from $12 to $19 per employee. So let's say it's $15 on average, and that's based on whether they're an individual, how old they are. We've got 2 different age groups that the plan falls into, and we've got 3 different plans to choose from, plus some catastrophic plans. So it really depends on which plan they pick as to what the premium is going to be for them and what the commission is for you. But 12 to 19 per employee that's enrolled on the plan is what you earn on. So let's say that you have a 10-person group, okay, which is what they say the average is about 10 people that will enroll in the plan when we open a group with an employer. And $10 and say it's a $15 average. That's $150 a month residual to you just for talking to one business owner about how we can save them money on their health care. Okay. Now, I bring up healthcare tonight because employers are thinking about healthcare right now. We're in the middle of August. Employers are going to be doing their open enrollment here in November or December, or getting ready to do open enrollment in January. A lot of companies do that so that they've got a calendar year start date. So right now is the prime time to be thinking about who do you know? Okay, so let's talk about that. And I want to make this super simple. I don't want to get you sidetracked at all from the Bank Breezy conversation and the funding, because the funding is the now money. It's the now money. It's the helping business owners get the money that they need right now. And it's also putting immediate commissions into your pocket, right? It's the core part of our business. But if you really want to build a long-term business here, you want to be not only building off of the now money, you also want to be building that residual income. And yes, our funding will pay you residually to some degree because you'll have clients that get renewals. And when they get renewals, you'll get paid again on that same client. But for true residuals, it needs to be a product that they're paying for every single month. And healthcare is the stickiest, biggest dollar you're going to find consistently on residual pay here. Okay, so if you open up some healthcare groups with my help, okay, I'm going to make it super simple for you. If we can open up some healthcare groups, you'll have a significant residual starting to come in there, and they'll stay on the plan forever. Because I'll tell you a personal experience. I have a client that is a 600+ person group, and we did a side-by-side quote there with Cigna, and we did a quote for them. We were going to save them over $1 million a year. $1 million. That is undeniable, the value that we deliver. And that gives them that first dollar coverage, unlike the big deductible that they had. The only reason they're not on plan with us yet is because their broker with Cigna waited until they were inside of the time limits of what the Affordable Care Act requires. You've got to give at least a 60-day notice to employees that you're going to have rate plan changes or you're changing your plan, period. That's what's built into the Affordable Care Act. So their broker did not get them their renewal rates until they were right at that 60-day window. So they really didn't have time to make changes outside of that without being in violation of the Affordable Care Act and leaving themselves open to liability. So they couldn't make the move with us then, but I feel certain that we're going to be able to get them on as a client. That one account will be a 5-figure a month residual income for me, because that would be a personal account for me. So think about that. Okay. So again, our target market is 2 to 50 employee groups. And we can do any size. We have over 200 companies on the plan, and our largest group is 12,000 person association, where the association has come on and they're signing up their members. Okay. But 2 to 50 is really the sweet spot. You're getting into a company that's the size where the business owner and the decision makers are easily accessible, right? They're not having to go through big board meetings and all of that. So what I want you to think about when it comes to healthcare is work through your contacts and think of who you could get a foot in the door with to a company. I want you to be a door opener, not the expert. Okay. I've dealt with this. I'm not a licensed insurance agent, and you don't have to be either, but I know enough about our plan, and I've worked through it enough with our healthcare team that I can take any of your clients and help you make it a smooth transition, getting the guys over, getting that client over to our healthcare team, and they'll take it from there. Okay. So as I go through this, if people come to mind, you just need to reach out to me. And here's what I want you to do. My inbox gets flooded with emails every single day. Okay. So if you've got somebody on a healthcare deal that we need to talk to, I need you to send me a text message, and then I'll see that message and I'll get back, and I may say, hey, send that to me in an email. Okay. But at least you get my attention. Or if you do send it in an email, text me and let me know that you've sent me an email that's important that I need to look at. Okay. So that it doesn't just get buried in the mix of emails that I get every day. All right. So think about being the door opener. I'm going to take you through exactly what you need to know, what you need to say, and the value proposition here. Okay. So here's a question. If your contact list is a decision maker that owns a company, whatever size company it is, especially that 2 to 50 employee groups, asking the question to a decision maker, ask them, hey, what do you guys do for healthcare for your employees? Just ask the question and listen, right? Or if it's not a decision maker, but you have friends or know people that are employees of these companies that fit that 2 to 50 or even larger market, the question would be to them to say, does your company offer their employees healthcare? So see, you're going from the decision maker, what do you do for healthcare for your employees, or a friend or family that's saying, hey, does your company offer their employees healthcare? And just ask the question and then listen for the answer. And then whatever they say, If they're offering it, say, well, who's your carrier and what do you like about them? And then they're usually going to go off on a tangent about what they don't like. They don't like the high deductibles, or they don't like the high premiums that they're having to pay, right? So you're letting them tell you all the bad stuff just by asking the right questions. Now, what if they say, well, we don't offer health care for our employees? Say, well, if you could offer, here's one, I don't have it on the board, write this down though. If they don't offer health care, or your friend says, no, they don't offer health care for the employees, say, well, how many employees do you have? And find out that number, because here's the deal. If the employer group is less than 50 employees, they are not required to offer insurance to their employees. If they're over 50, they have to either offer it, or if they don't offer it, they have to pay a penalty for not offering it. And they also, if it's over 50 group, they have to pay a portion of that premium, a certain percentage of it, right? But a lot of these smaller employers don't even offer health care because they automatically assume that they have to cover part of the cost for their employees if they offer health care. So here's the question you write down. If they don't offer it at all, and they say, well, we don't offer it, we're not offering it right now. The benefit of offering health care to their employees is it's going to help with employee retention. It gives them a competitive edge in the marketplace, right? Any employees, quality employees are looking for benefits when they're in the job space. So they're looking for employers that offer health care. So if an employer is not offering health care, they're missing an opportunity to retain quality employees. If they are offering health care through our plan, if they're less than 50 employer group, there is no contribution requirement at all for the employer to pay a portion of the employee's costs. Let me say that again. If it's a 50 or less group, there is no requirement whatsoever that mandates that the employer has to pay any portion of the premium offering healthcare to their employees. The employees can self-pay through payroll deduction. The employer would have to offer it and deduct it from their pay, but the employer could deduct 100% of it for those who voluntarily enroll in healthcare with us. So tremendous benefits here, right? You just got to be a door opener and ask the basic questions. You don't need to be the expert, just a door opener. Okay, so you've got that question asked, and you've got somebody that is, they've given you the information of who they have and what they don't like about their current carrier, or they don't have insurance, or they don't offer insurance, right? So the next line is, well, I have a friend who is with a healthcare company, and from what I hear, they're saving companies a lot of money. I'm hearing on the lines of 20 to 40% savings or more. This line right here, this is what you need to write down and save it to memory, okay? Because here you are being the door opener, not the expert. So if you're doing that, I have a friend, I'm every one of your friends, right? I am your friend. I'm here helping you build a business, and I am your friend. You may not realize it yet because you haven't been with DAC and haven't interacted with me long enough, but I assure you, I am your friend. So you can truthfully say that to whoever you're talking to and say, I have a friend who is with a healthcare company, and from what I hear, they're saving companies a lot of money. I'm hearing on the lines of 20 to 40% savings or more. So when you say that, if you're talking to the decision maker, you say, would you be open to a free quote? Right? That's the decision maker opening. If you're talking to a friend or family member after you've said, I have a friend, then you're going to say, hey, could you possibly introduce me to the person in your company who makes these decisions? You could be a hero for your company. And that's all you're doing. You're asking someone to guide you to the person, and you want to make them look like a hero because you're delivering a benefit that's going to help the company. It's going to help all of the employees, and it's a win-win for everybody. You bring them to me. We'll talk about it. I'll get them through your website with your agent ID number on it, and I'll help them walk through the agent, our healthcare team, do the healthcare team, and the healthcare team takes it from there. That's as simple as it gets. Okay. So you can reach out to me if you have any questions on that, or we'll open up for a question and answer session at the end of this, but I got more stuff I want to get into. Okay. The next thing is customer finance, which I just mentioned. Again, we're going to talk about residual income. So other services that you can market outside of just our financing. Customer financing. This is a beautiful website that we have. As you see here, we've got davidallencapital.com, customer financing tab on your website. Okay. So what is customer financing? Well, it allows a business owner to offer customers access to financing to purchase their goods or services at an affordable monthly cost. Write that down, because I've heard our customer financing explanation given in many different ways. And I heard Candace, who's with Enable, say this, and I'm like, that's the best explanation I've heard. So gives a business owner the ability to offer their customers access to financing to purchase their goods or services at an affordable monthly cost. So what are the benefits to the customer? Well, with a customer being able to do financing with a company or a business, it gives the customer a more easily affordable item on big ticket items, right? We have to have at least a $300 product price or $1,000 or more service price, right? So think about this. If it's a tangible product, like they're selling tires or wheels, that's a tangible product, it's $300 or higher purchase, we would be able to finance. If it is a service, repair, automotive repair, the majority of that bill is actually service and not parts, which is the tangible piece of it. So service related businesses, roofing businesses, heating and air, where you got high ticket home repair, home remodel, flooring companies. I just brought on a flooring company with customer financing. They're doing over $2 million a year. Their average funding or finance client is probably going to be well over $100,000 a month. I'll show you the commission in just a minute, and you're going to go, oh my goodness, right? So think about the big ticket items that you know and you're doing business with in your circle of influence. I've asked you guys to do the warm market list, and that warm market list is not for you to go market funding to everybody. It's the who do you know, because the circle of influence and the relationships that you have is how you can get business done and help people that you know or people that they will refer you to. And in return, you're helping yourself earn a significant income by being good service to your community. Okay. Benefit to the customer number 2 is it gives a solution during emergencies. The car breaks down, a roof, a furnace, etc. These unexpected expenses that people don't plan for and don't necessarily have money in their account. And if they put it on a credit card, those credit card fees can be outrageous trying to pay off a high cost bill, right? And again, the customer doesn't have to wait until later. They've got a house remodel project before they're wanting to sell. They can finance it and get that squared away without having to worry about pulling money on a home equity line that they may not have. They'll have options to get access to those funds up to 100,000. And I saw an example, one that was over 100,000 in financing. So we've got a lot of opportunity here and a lot of different platforms for different types of industry. The benefit to the business owner is that they can provide financing for all credit types. We give them a one-stop best offer with our customer financing platform. If you think about customer financing, if you go to a dentist office or doctor's office, you may have seen signs or maybe a Care Credit customer yourself. I know I have Care Credit. I applied for it when I was having some dental work done. I think that was a high ticket item, and I decided to do Care Credit because they had the 0% financing, right? Well, we have a platform that does everything that Care Credit does, but it's a whole lot cheaper for the business owner. So Care Credit is a high cost to the dental or medical practice. Our program is more in line with taking credit cards. So ours is a win-win for the customer because we accept lower credit than Care Credit does as far as a credit score from the customer, and it is less costly to the practice. So they will love what we have to offer with our customer financing. And it doesn't have to be an all or nothing. They don't have to say yes to us and kick everybody else out the door. Ours can be that second look or additional financing option for them. It allows customers to sell more goods. They can upsell and have higher ticket averages when they offer financing, because now you got somebody that has a low monthly payment option versus a high walk out the door purchase price today, right? And it gives them creative marketing strategies. There's been a study done where 77% of consumers that are going to buy a higher price ticket item are looking for businesses that do and offer financing. So if they're not offering financing right now, they're missing a lot of opportunity. And then it allows the business to stand out above the competition. Okay, that's as much as I want to cover on the training piece of that. I've got the case studies and the training in my Vimeo channel and an easy to find showcase there, so you can go watch the full training on our customer finance. But just to overview, it's a soft credit pull, instant approval, e-signature. The customer will pull out their phone, fill in some basic information. They'll get an instant offer on their phone or a decline, depending on what their soft credit pull is. And they'll be able to see the different payment options that are available, select the one that they want, and then it goes into the merchant system. They see the client's been approved. The merchant will get paid, and there's no recourse to the merchant after the funding has been done. So in other words, if the client who borrows the money doesn't pay the money back, there's no recourse to the business owner. The business owner gets paid for their services. The one that would be out would be the bank that did the lending to the customer. Okay, so customer financing for merchants. How does this work? Well, you simply refer them to our expert partners via your website, and you get paid residually every deal every month for as long as the client uses the services. And when we say client here, as long as the merchant uses the services. So we don't directly finance customers ourselves. DAC does not. We bring on the merchant, and the merchant would be the business. So you've got Joe's Tire Company or Bob's Plumbing Service, right? They would be the merchant, Joe's Tire or Bob's Plumbing. And then Joe's Tire would offer financing to their customers, or Bob's Plumbing would offer financing to their customers after they come on through the DAC financing platform, right? So as long as Bob's Tire or Joe's Plumbing is a client and they're using our service, then you will get paid monthly residuals off of that client. So here's the website. I showed it to you, but I want to point something out that's very important. When you go to your David Allen Capital site, you click on the customer finance tab here, and you've got a unique URL at the top of the page. At the end of this customer-financing / you must add your agent ID number here before you send that link out to anyone. If you do not add your agent ID number there, they will not be on your website when they open the site on a different browser, okay? But you're saying, well, Ellen, I see my name at the top of the page. It's got to be my web link, right? Well, if you've watched my training on get paid for your work, you'll know that cookies are holding your name and information on your browser, but the minute that link leaves your browser and goes to somebody else, if it doesn't have your agent ID at the end, then it's not your link. So just know, add your ID number to the end of that before you send it out to a client. So now let's talk about the money, what you earn on customer financing. So if they're paying for a financing platform, which is $99 a month to the merchant, okay, for them to have the service, in most cases, they're going to pay a $99 a month fee just to have access to the platform. You're going to earn $25 of that back in commissions, even if they're not running a single client through the financing platform. It's going to count as one active customer as long as they're paying $99 and you earn $25 a month. But the goal is to have businesses that are actually running finance clients, right? So let's say that you have your first business that's actually starting to do financing. Their average finance ticket through our platform is going to be $50,000. If they're averaging $50,000 in new financing, that would be $350 a month in residual to you as the agent that brought that client to the table. Okay, what's that? $3,500, $4,200 in a year just for introducing them to our customer finance platform that is superior to anything else out there. It's pretty good money for one conversation, right? What if you had a business that's doing about $75,000 average monthly new financing? That'd be $525 a month in residual to you each and every month. As long as whatever they're averaging, you can multiply that times 0.7% and that's what your dollar residual would be. Let's say in the mix, you bring on another business that they're averaging about 40,000. That's another $280 a month in residual. And you add another one that's a high ticket, like the flooring company that I just gave the example of. Let's say they're averaging 125,000 in new financing each month. That client would be worth $875 a month residually. So now we've got 5 clients, add one more, that high ticket item. Maybe it's a roofing company that comes on and they're doing 200,000 a month in new financing. That'd be 1,400 a month in residual to you. So in this example, I'm showing you 6 customer finance clients, which now would qualify you as engaged for that commission plan that we're talking about at the beginning of the presentation, right? But it also means that you would be earning $3,455 a month. Based on this example, that's the residual that you would earn off of customer financing clients. Now, today on the leadership call, David Rutz went through different examples and how many fundings in your team would be necessary to be earning $100,000 a month. And actually, he said, if you've got a team that is producing, he said, for you to earn $100,000 a month, let me go back to my notes here so that I'm not misstating. He said, if you had 400 active agents in your group, they're just doing fundings, right? You'd be earning $100,000 a month on average, just 400 active agents. Well, what if you had those fundings coming in and those active agents are also going and getting customer finance clients and they're introducing some healthcare clients along the way? What kind of income would that turn into, right? And he also gave the example of the earners over at Longevity. He said, there are earners in Longevity, some of the top income earners there that are making over $100,000 a month. That's our partner company that's marketing nutritionals. He said, they're making $100,000 a month off of marketing a $20 or $30 nutritional product, maybe a $50 nutritional product, where the margins are very, very thin on what the commissions are, versus the hundreds or potentially thousands of dollars you can earn in a month off of one customer with DAC services and David Allen Capital funding, customer finance, healthcare, telecom, you name it. There's more to come, folks. There's more to come as we build this massive distribution team. And that's why I say everybody needs to be recruiting, because that's what we are. DAC is building distribution through agents. We're providing you a phenomenal income opportunity right now. We've got all of this right here at our fingertips. But as we evolve, David said today that he imagines David Allen Capital becoming the Quicken mortgage of the alternative capital space, right? So think about Quicken and how big they are, and the vision that he has for our company to become the Quicken mortgage of the alternative business capital space. So want to point you to one more thing, and then we're going to go back to camera mode here, and then I'm going to take some questions, okay? So the DAC compensation chart, I'll just show you where you can see more details on what I just covered on customer finance, see about the pay cycle on all of that, because it's not covered in the overview video. Mark Beauchamp, who is our partner at Enable that makes the customer finance platform work for us, and they handle all the customer service. They've been in that space for years. They're also going to take those customer finance referrals and they're going to flip them over to potentially a payment processing client, because they do both for us, right? So it's a 2-for-1 if you open the door with a customer finance client. But let's go take a look at the compensation chart. You can find that at the Agent Resource Center under videos 1, 2, and 3, which, by the way, if you're brand new, these are mandatory for you to watch before you start talking to customers about our services, right? So if you haven't done that, make sure you go watch the videos. But under number 3, we have compensation videos, and there's also a compensation chart. When you click on that button, it's going to open up a PDF. This PDF, I believe this is like page 5, is when you open up the PDF, it is business services QVBV retail chart. And you can see the customer financing here, what it puts into the compensation residually, qualifying volume, the bonus volume, and when you get paid on it. So customer finance is probably going to take you 2 cycles month to be able to see those customers showing up in your back office, but it's a significant income opportunity there for you. Okay, so that's the end of my slideshow. I'm going to take us off of screen share and get face to
Actually,
face.
Ellen, can you pull the screen share back up for a second?
Yeah, what you got there?
We need to correct go back to the page where you showed that all of the different numbers.
Mhm.
Yeah. On the no financing, but paying the 99, that $25 a month, that would be multiplied by 6 because you get that for each one. So it would be $35.80 a month.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Thanks for pointing that out. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
where's she going with that? So yeah, the $25 a month is on top of that and that's assuming that every one of these are paying the 99, because when they pay that base fee, you get $25 in addition to whatever the residual is. But when you get up
Yeah.
into some of these higher dollar accounts, they may not be paying the 99. And David says that you never want to tell a business owner that we can waive the fees, because we probably can't. But if it's a really large account or multiple locations, our team at Enable will talk through the payment options and the finance platform options for them. So yeah, good point there, Harlequin. Anything else before I shut this down?
Yeah. From what I've been seeing, it's taking more like 3 to 4 months before you start seeing that, the residual income on that.
Well, you'll see the $99 payment on it, but
Yeah, the
it depends
9 you
on,
start getting the next month.
yep, you see that. But I think what we're seeing, the ones that are dragging along, is because the clients that have signed up aren't using the platform initially, right? So it depends on how quickly they start migrating their funding over to DAC financing versus what they may currently have. Also depends on how busy the business is. Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. So guys, any questions, you can go to the reactions and do the virtual hand raise there. There's a button where you can say raise hand. I see Sonia has her mic unmuted. Sonia, did you have a question? Yes, no? Yeah, let's see. Sonia, your mic is unmuted. I'm going to mute you if you don't have a question. Did you have a question? Okay, I'm going to hit mute there. If you do have a question, raise your hand for me, okay? All right, let's go to Patrick. You had your hand up first. And guys, as we're going through this Q&A, be considerate of time, because we've probably got several questions that are going to arise as we go through this. So ask your question, let me do the answer, and then we'll go on to the next one, okay? All right, Patrick, you are unmuted, or you can unmute yourself.
Okay, here I am, guys.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, moving, multitasking. What can I say?
Awesome.
First of all, just to let you know that today was my first day of a new job that I'm actually going to really enjoy. I'm not going to be out that long. And the question that I had for the 15 minutes thing that you mentioned, that was one of my next plans of action other than social media, is if I'm in the field, doing what I'm doing, then I need to be engaged still, of course. But how do you recommend if I'm out like working between 12 to, let's say, about 6 or 7 when I get off, and I have a commute to go home, so I just start calling business, cold calling again, or just talk to people on the metro, which I've been doing. I got a couple of names and numbers I got to follow up with today.
Yeah.
My new boss, even, he's great. He's a mentor similar to you, but I'm just blessed to be in that position, getting out of some things. And I just wanted to make the best use of my time. And how do you suggest I stick with one niche, social media, or do I start cold calling? Like, where do I start this? Because since my time is limited now with the new job and everything.
Yeah, well, first, congratulations, Patrick. I know that job is a blessing to you, and it takes the stress off. Guys, you may have heard Patrick ask questions and make comments here a couple of weeks ago when he first got started. And, when you're in that space that you don't have income coming in, as Patrick was, and you're out trying to market our services, business owners can really feel that
Oh, yeah.
that stress,
Yeah, I don't want
right?
to be like that, right? Yep.
So,
You
yeah.
don't, the energy goes where the consciousness flows. And you have to understand that it's a two-way street, you know? So, and that's one thing. And just folks, please, I'm telling you, please be genuine. It's so important. I mean, I don't have a comfort zone, so I don't know what that is. I'm so removed from a comfort zone. I forgot what the term really means anymore. So, I mean, I'm not gonna know about that for a while. I don't want to know it because I'm a red pill brother. So I take the red pill, not the blue pill. And that is a Matrix reference because this is.
I know.
Okay,
I know,
so
right?
you're in the right place at the right time, y'all, for real.
Absolutely.
All right. So last thing being, the timing of this could not have been better at the same time, because customer financing has me like, oh my God. Like, I mean, health insurance, when I get paid, that's the first thing I'm gonna do, because it's like I got off Medicaid recently because of that. I said, I'm not doing it. Felt so great. This morning I called the social services that I've been with for the last 5 years, and I got off Medicaid. It never felt so good to not have any health insurance knowing what I got here. I mean, I think we got a tiger by the tail, folks. And we got a tiger by the tail. And the only way it's going to keep from biting us is we got to find those alternatives, find ways to win. Pun intended, since you guys win. But, it's just like, okay, I'm not going to have a time to really visit businesses. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's in the morning, I get up early, but that'll burn me out because I got to be at work from.
Yeah, so I've got some tips for you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out some solutions to time management because I'm good at multitasking. I was like cooking while I was watching this. That's why I kept turning my camera on. But, so I mean.
You're walking in circles now. You're making me dizzy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm always
No, it's okay. Okay, so Patrick, remember, we've got other people that want to ask questions. So I'm going to address your questions. They're great questions, and I'm super excited for you. Okay. I'm going to mute you out a minute. And
now I can't hear anything at all. I can't hear anything.
Ellen, you muted yourself.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. So let me say that again. I appreciate your vulnerability, Patrick, and being forthright in where you are, forthcoming in your circumstances, because I'm sure that makes an impact to other people that are listening tonight. But in answer to your question about making the best use of your time in that 15-minute window, I don't know if you have a little handheld recorder like I do. If you don't, there's probably a record feature on your phone that you can use. As you're commuting, when you see signs and when you see local business vehicles, I would make myself a voice note or carry a notepad, write down the company name, where you saw it. I like a voice note because it's easier to do it really quickly. Joe's Plumbing, 5th and 4th Avenue or whatever, wherever you saw them, blue truck, and then you can go do that follow-up any hour of the night, right? Any hour of the night, if you're sending emails, you can do the subject line, I saw your truck at such and such location. The business owner is going to open that email because you make it local and make it from you, right? And you say, you don't know me directly, but I saw your truck and I just want to introduce myself. I'm in business finance or I'm in customer finance space. We can help your business, whatever. We've got the scripts in the PDF there in the Agent Resource Center. But that would be my recommendation is if you're out and you're seeing a lot of stuff, get that information of those and then be able to reach back out to those. And you could do it instead of email, you could actually do by phone call, right? And say, hey, I saw your truck over here. I just want to call and introduce myself. But you got to figure out whether you're going to have time to call during a productive time for you where you're actually going to connect with the business owner, or whether being able to sit down at the end of the day and fire off, 10 or 15 emails to the business owner on your timeline where it'll be sitting in their inbox the next morning when they come in. So that will be my recommendation. Thank you for the question, Patrick. Glad things are moving along for you. I've got Mike Dew up next with his hand up. Mike, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Agent of the month, Michael Dew. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Great, thank you. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. And listening when you were speaking about the healthcare, it made me think as we develop funding clients, the healthcare gives us a good reason to go back to people that are already our clients and maybe get a second sale or refresh the clients that they can do additional financing with us. But most of them are going to have at least 2 employees. So it's a great opportunity to go back and maybe get someone that already knows who you are, opt in for another product that we have. Just a
Absolutely.
comment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's a great comment, Mike. You're spot on with that. In fact, I have a broker script that you can kind of go through and do a survey with them. If you've got that relationship and say, hey, you got funding from us, we have other programs that can really help you save a lot of money. If you want to spend, 10 minutes on the phone with me, I'd love to find out a little bit more about your business or schedule a time to do that. And I've got that script laid out, but you're spot on with that. I love it. Mike is agent of the month. He is a business owner, has been for years, and he thinks like a business owner, obviously, because he's thinking out of what other ways can we connect and help this business owner and offer them other services that are going to be of value to them. So thank you for that input, Mike. Anything else?
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, awesome. All right, I've got Coach Kat. I'm going to ask you to unmute. What
Hi
do you
there.
have tonight?
Hi there. Well, I was in this morning's training. It was really great. First
I saw
time
you.
today. Yeah. Thank you. So the question I have is international clients, and do we have, can I recruit agents internationally, or do they need to be in America?
Yeah. Okay. So the only businesses that we can do business with are US based businesses. You can recruit agents in the United States, US territories, and Canada. They can sign up through David Allen Capital through your agent, your partner page. Okay. You can sign up agents internationally if they can sign up through Longevity. It really gets kind of convoluted when you try to bring them in that way, because they're going to have, if they come in through Longevity, if they're outside the US territories or Canada, they'll have to sign up through a partner with Longevity. They'll have to pay a fee to get started, and they'll have to pay an annual renewal fee. So then it goes away from the free opportunity that David Allen Capital offers. It is a paid opportunity then, but if they come in through Longevity, they will have access to market every one of the DAC services, but it's just a different startup process. You can go to longevity.com and do get started or join now, I think, and it'll pull up a list of the countries that we're available in, and you can actually see where we market there. And of course, since it's US based companies, you'd want to market to people that are bilingual or at least speak English so that they could communicate with business owners, right?
Yeah.
I know you already had that one, Kat. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Now, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. All right. And I have Micah Elliott. What do you have, Micah?
Yes, hey there, Ellen. How you doing?
Hey.
So I just had a question as far, and you guys are leading into it, and I just wanted to find out if you guys have something pretty solid established as far as online marketing or a funnel or a lead generation system in place for getting customer financing leads for businesses.
Yeah, no, we do not have a funnel system. All we have, and what I use personally, is the David Allen Capital pages, right? Because as a leader, I try to duplicate what the company has in place and keep it simple, because when you start creating funnels and all of this as a team leader, your team's going to do what you do. But I'm not saying don't do it at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for speed and for duplication, it's easier to use the corporate pages because everybody at every skill level has access to those. So we don't have those built and in place. But I have found just through conversations, I mean, I'm a member of my local chamber. I'm a member of the Greater Atlanta Home Builders Association, as is Harlequin. Harlequin does a lot of networking events, and business owners are interested in hearing about our customer finance platform because it is unique. A lot of them, I'm finding, don't even offer customer financing. They've thought about it, but they really didn't know where to turn to. So if you look for niches, and that's one of the recommendations too, that our partner that brought this to us, Mark over at Enable, he said the best producing agents are going to be those that pick a niche and become an expert in that niche as far as customer financing goes. That way you learn the language, you learn what their hot buttons are, and you learn who is competitive in that particular niche, what the other companies are, and you'll learn
Yeah.
what our benefits are above that. So
Makes sense. And do you advertise online? Do you do Google AdWords or local business?
I do a little bit of
internet
everything.
ad?
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I
Okay.
started out my business doing warm market, and I continually reach out to warm market for recruiting agents as well as all of our service offerings. But I do Craigslist ads. I typically, I don't do a lot of social posts. I used to, but I'm just not on social media anymore. I don't make time for that. When I was doing stuff on LinkedIn, I was getting some clients coming through and some applications. So LinkedIn is a great spot. I hear good things with Instagram as well. And I've run some Google AdWords, but if you don't know what you're doing on those, it can get expensive really quickly, right?
Sure.
So not saying
Well, the
you
more
don't, I'm just
targeted you
saying
get,
that for everybody
right?
on the call.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and the more targeted and more specific niche you've got, the cheaper it is to actually advertise, and
Exactly. And you can get
longer
down
tail
into,
keywords.
you can get into some nickel clicks if you're in the right niche,
Mm-hmm.
some of the underserved niches. Think about that, because everybody's marketing business funding, those big, high cost pay-per-click words, right? But if you're targeting niches that are underserved, if you go to the Agent Resource Center and look at our preferred industry list, there's a list of 75 or 80 different industries that we like. I'll tell you that anything construction related or anything transportation related, those are hot niches for us. Our lenders really like lending to those industries because they're necessity industries. So if you can pick something there and target one or two of those to focus on for funding and also for customer finance, you'd want a higher ticket item if you're focusing on financing, but even the lower revenue models could be a good niche for you on financing, especially Bank Breezy.
I was thinking like home improvement, roofing. Do you get solar? You guys do solar? Would solar
we'll finance
install?
anything as long as they've got the revenue. We'll finance them. Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
And is there anything that stands out that's just way better than any other customer financing, like Care Credit or all these other ones that you see online?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would
our
say
platform, just so you know, Care Credit, it costs the business owner about 15% of the sale if they're accepting Care Credit. Doctors' offices, veterinarians, etc. They have to eat about 15% of it. Ours is like 5% fee to the merchant. So automatically they're going to gain 10% back, right? And we'd finance a lower credit score than what Care Credit requires. So it's a great add-on for an office. I feel like if we get into a doctor's office, especially these where you think about high ticket medical procedures that are not covered by insurance, like vascular doctors and plastic surgeons and all of that, they've got high ticket items that people are paying out of pocket, and we're so much more competitive than Care Credit. I just feel like if you get in the door and they're using us alongside Care Credit, they're only going to use Care Credit for customers that walk in the door and are accustomed to using Care Credit and request it. They're going to find ways that they can offer our financing platform and get their current customers off of Care Credit.
Right.
It's so much more profitable for them.
You jogged my memory when you said about the dentist, because I have to go to the dentist tomorrow, and I remember him having the two stacks there. There's Care Credit and there's one other one too, but I'm sure he'd probably get rid of both of those cards and just have ours there if he was going to save 10% over Care Credit.
Oh yeah,
it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the
Thank
question. Good to see you. All right, I have Joseph Livengood. Hey, Joseph, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm actually, hey, can you hear me?
I can. I was waving. Micah came on camera right there at the end when I said, good to see you. He came back on camera and was waving.
Okay. Well, actually, this is
but
for
it's always
Patrick.
good to see you, Joseph.
Yeah, but this is for Patrick, but I understand he's getting released, so maybe he might see the replay. But I put a comment there that you can actually send an email through Gmail. I don't know if he knows that Gmail has a feature where if you want to send a business, for example, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, what, that's not going to look good because it makes you look like you're out of the country or something like that. They're used to emails coming in during the business hours. So Gmail actually has a feature that you can use on the send button. There's like a little arrow. If you click on the little arrow, it says send later or schedule send. That's a new feature they just come out with, I think it's about like a year ago. And you can actually set the time you want to send, like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., 10 a.m. the next day, and it'll actually send the email for you. That was just for Patrick. So if because and not only him, there's probably other people that are working and don't have time to talk to business during business hours, but they have a list, they can't call. So I have to email them, emailing the business at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. It just doesn't really go over too well. You know what I mean? They're like, where's this email coming from? Why is it sending me at 11 o'clock? Is this guy from another country or what? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, that's
So
a
that
good
was
point.
that's just some tidbits I want to give out to anybody that may can use it. I mean, I love doing that. So
Yeah, no, that's a great tip. Thank you for that feedback,
that's pretty
Joseph.
much all I had.
Okay, good deal. All right, thank you. And I have Cherry. I'm going to ask you to unmute. What do you have tonight?
Hi, good evening. How are
Good
you?
evening.
First, congratulations, Mike, for your Agent of the Month. I have one question regarding custom financing. There's a term you use when a merchant is already offering financing, but they couldn't finance someone because of maybe bad credit or something. Is it rejects or turn downs or something?
Yeah, turn downs, or we're giving them a second look platform where we can come in to those turn down clients. That's really what you ask is if someone is already offering financing, you ask them, well, what do you do with your turn downs? What are you offering them? And most of them are going to say, we just can't help them, right? So we're giving them a solution that they can probably offer financing to their current turn downs and turn that turn down into a paying client, which drives the revenue up for that business owner. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
All right, good question. Thanks for your input.
Sure.
All right, and I have Gwen has her hand up. I'm going to ask you to unmute Gwen. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I muted you, I think. No, you're unmuted.
Okay.
What do you have tonight?
Well, David Allen Capital has so many features, so many layers. We have funding, we have healthcare and financing. So when someone asks you, well, what kind of business are you in? What do you say?
I'm in business finance.
Okay.
That's what I say. I'm in business finance. We specialize in business capital.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
But if somebody they ask what type of business I'm in, that would be my answer. But if they ask me what I do, which is a different question, I don't say, well, I have a business services agency or a business funding agency. What do? I help business owners get working capital, and I help them save money on their essential services. That's what I do as a DAC agent.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for the question. All right, anybody else got a question? I see another hand up. Eugene, you got your shiny glasses on. Where are you, man?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna put them on just for the people who are asking, who is this? I am.
All right, now we recognize him.
Listen, I want to go ahead and I want to answer Gwenda's question too. I actually have coined 3 words when people ask me what I do. I say I help businesses survive, grow, and thrive. And that pretty much encompasses every service that we do offer. With the business capital, we help them grow with financing, we help them thrive with the merchant processing and the other services that we offer. So man, to survive, grow, and thrive, even though I coined it, I don't mind if you all use it. I won't even charge you for that. Yeah. But hey man, it's just good to see everybody on here, everybody getting excited, everybody, out there doing what they have to do. For those of you, there's nothing wrong with being a little crazy and hey, team. So for ones of you being cool and being shy, you sure must not be a legendary renegade, because we don't play that on this team. I celebrate my team's success. I don't give a darn if they just sign up one person. Everybody gonna hear about it. Everybody gonna know. So yeah, so that's what I do. So for the people who ask me, who the heck is that? I'm the heck is he, okay? So, hey man, we're gonna have a good time.
You're a hot mess, Eugene. I'm so glad that you're part of my organization. You add a lot of life to it and a whole lot of business coming too, buddy.
Hey,
Y'all are just
hey,
knocking it out of the park. So,
It ain't all smiles. There's serious business behind this smile.
I know it is. I know it is.
Okay.
But hey, you and your team, you guys, your heart's in the right place. And there is nothing but success coming your way. because
Well, you
you're
know
out here.
what, Ellen, I'm nothing without my team. I tell my team all the time, I'm the least important person on this team because I do with them. They keep me motivated, they keep me going, and just seeing their success is what drives me more than money, more than anything else. Plus, I like to win too. I like to win championships. I can't do that by myself.
I know that's right. And I like that, liking to win too, because this team with you guys a part of it, where you keep driving that point home to your team that you're working on being number one. You're being number one helps my whole organization be number one. So we all win together, and I appreciate everything that y'all deliver to the team. All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Survive, grow, and thrive.
You got it. All right. Anybody else got questions before we wrap up? Harlequin, did I miss anything? Anything in the chat that we need to address that someone asked before we end?
Yeah, Micah Elliott was asking, can we give small car dealerships customer financing?
We can, only if they have an auto repair shop with the financing. We don't finance the cars. We can't do that. That needs to be using the car as collateral, but we can finance if they have an auto repair portion of their shop. Or of their
Okay,
lot.
excellent.
Mhm.
Is there any qualifications for the business itself to offer this product?
We have a platform that any business can qualify for, and then we have our direct to merchant platform that they're looking for 200,000 or more, maybe even more than that. Depends on the platform, Michael. We really have a multitude of platforms depending on the industry. So we have one that's specific to the medical, med spa, another one specific to home remodelers and so on. So we got different platforms, and they're going to pay different ways, and they have different requirements for them. But if they don't qualify on those specifics of their annual revenue, where they qualify for the direct merchant funding, then they can all qualify for the direct to customer funding, and then the customer just takes that money and pays the merchant for their services or the product.
Got it. Got it. And are all those parameters and requirements and programs in the back office somewhere?
Yeah, they're covered.
review?
If you'll go to the showcase that I have on my Vimeo channel, vimeo.com/Ellen Nguyen, I've got a showcase that's customer financing. It's got a 30-minute overview training from the founder of Enable. He goes through all the basics of it and all the different ins and outs of the platform, who our primary target market is. And then there are case studies in that showcase. There are case study videos specific to a jewelry store, a home remodeling, a dental office, a med spa, and a home improvement. So those are back there for you.
Excellent.
Yep.
Would you say that we have basically the best deal on customer financing compared to anybody else out there?
Oh yeah, because we're a one-stop solution to get multiple offers. But if you go to Synchrony, you're getting Synchrony's offer. If you go to Big Capital One, whatever the name of their bank is, you're going to get their offer only. We're directly connected. Our lender is directly connected with multiple banks, so they're getting multiple offers for that consumer to be able to pick and choose which payment plan works for them. You know, so
very nice. Okay,
that's
excellent.
One-stop solution. You got it.
That's exciting stuff right there. That's really cool.
Is.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
All right.
question.
Thank
Harlequin,
you.
anything else in the chat that we need to address?
I don't see anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that is it, then we will wrap up. Again, thank you all for taking time to watch this, taking time to be here live out of your Monday evening. And if you're on and your team is not on, please make sure that you encourage them to watch the replay to get this valuable information that we discussed tonight. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you on the next Zoom. Take care.